Hi guys, welcome to another video. Got some more arena footage here today. I know it's been a while since the last lot, but I've been working on this particular team and I just wanted to share this with you guys. So, a lot of people have realised that the new Bastilla team is super effective against Palpatine leads, and a lot of people have also realised that it's not that effective against Traya lead, and I think most people have made that switch to Traya lead now, especially on my shard, which is a super old shard. Literally every team on the shard is a Traya lead in the top 20 now. It's just a wall of Trayas, and pretty much all of them run Sith Trooper because I feel like that's the best comp, but some of them run sort of Palpatine and Thrawn. But what I'm going to show you today is basically some footage of me going against Traya led teams with my Bastilla led team and showing you a comp I found that can not only consistently take it out, but can take it out easily with no issues. So the main thing I just want to bring your attention to here is the use of Luke. So most people will be running General Kenobi in this squad, and I'm telling you right now that if there's loads of Traya leads, do not run General Kenobi. One thing I just really want to point out just quickly right there, you saw me stun Traya with Bastilla. Now that was one of the worst things I could have done right there. I completely misplayed that. I misslipped my finger. I never usually play it like that. But the fact that I even come through this battle and still win it's mind-blowing in itself. You saw Ezra got isolated there, which is a real pain. And basically this tactic pretty much works on the fact that you get Traya out super early and then the rest of the battle's a breeze. But as you'll see here, we still handle the team mainly due to Luke's presence. So the reason I use Luke is for a couple of things. So some people will tell you that you should use Nyla, some people will tell you that you should use Thrawn, that these people will give you edges against the Traya-led teams. I'm telling you that's wrong. If that works for you, then it's wrong, but it works for you. But I'm telling you right now, Luke's the best bet, and there's a couple of reasons for that. The main one is just the initial blow. So while Thrawn might go out the gates and fracture Sith Trooper, most of the time you're going to have your Thrawn fast to do that. So that fracture is really only going to last for a turn, obviously a turn for Thrawn, but a turn for the other team. It's going to go in quick fashion. Whereas what Luke's going to give you is he's going to put, not only is he going to put buff immunity on Sith Trooper's head, but he's also going to reduce all his turn meter. So you might be thinking, well, debuffs don't stick against Traya-led teams, and you would be right, but in this situation, because Sith Trooper's so slow on every team, he's not going to take a turn. Look, you can see 2 minutes into this battle and he still hasn't taken a turn. So that buff immunity is going to stick. The Sith can use their special abilities as and when they please, and he's not going to be able to taunt at all. So that's really where Luke comes into his own from the start of the battle. And then as the battle progresses, Luke becomes even more important in a way. Because obviously as soon as Traya dies, that's it for your team. Like, it's just plain sailing from there. Luke can then just go to town on the opponents, debuff Scion, stun Nihilus, strip turn meter, whilst putting out great damage at the same time. Whereas if you were to use Thrawn, you're only really sort of topping up protection, which you don't really need. You want someone that can just control the opposition and really just strip away turn meter and debuff the opponent. So that's why Luke works so well in this team. And I can tell you now, I've tried this battle hundreds of times with different characters. Kenobi, Thrawn, Nihilus. I've even tried Anakin and things like that, and nothing will come even close to as good as what Luke does. So moving on to what I want to talk about next. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about was the kill order. In this clip here, you'll see that the opponent isn't running Sith Trooper. And I just wanted to show you this because this, in a way, can be trickier than the Sith Trooper teams. Purely based on the fact that Palpatine has that passive damage against Jedi, which really can hurt you, and Rebels as well, not to mention. That can really bust through your characters. And with this method that I use, Sith Trooper is just a waste of space. So while he might be a nightmare for other teams, with this method I use, he's just a lump and he doesn't do anything. So if anything, this team's harder for the Bastilla Jedi. But obviously it all comes down to your shard and what teams you face more. But I wanted to show you a variation of Traya-led teams. As you'll see, we're handling this one pretty easy. It doesn't really matter who gets fractured in this case, because by that time Traya should be dead and you should be able to recover. Obviously Bastilla getting fractured there is probably best case scenario. You want to keep your damage dealers out there, but realistically Thrawn goes down so quickly because he doesn't have the protection from Traya's lead that, like I said, it really doesn't matter. As long as Traya's gone, the battle just becomes so much easier. And as you can see, this one was over in 2 minutes, which is pretty quick considering these teams can often time out. So that's the turn order. Obviously some people debate whether Palpatine, Thrawn or Sith Troopers are better fit, but like I said, it's really just up to you and what your shard does. I think that they all offer different things. So I think the main thing that I found about this method was that just the way I won, it's just easy. Like, I really didn't struggle at all. Like, I've never lost a character doing this. I'm only showing you 3 battles in this video just purely because I didn't want the videos to be going on for ages, but I've got tons and tons of videos. If you want me to upload them, I can do that. Tons of footage of this team and how easily it takes it down. And as you're seeing in this clip, we're actually getting quite a lot of crits off, and I'm going to talk about that when we get to the mods part, but that's a really important part of this team, how you mod the team and trying to negate things from that Traya leadership. Because on paper, that Traya leadership counters everything about this team. The mass spread of buffs, the lack of offense due to the leadership, the critical avoidance, it almost neuters it in a way. But I'll show you in this video, you're seeing right here just how overpowered some of these Jedi are and how hard they can hit, and how they just negate the Traya lead. It doesn't matter. They just hit through it. So in this particular video, I did actually play it right at the start and took out Traya before anyone could get isolated, which is obviously best case scenario. But one other thing to note is that my Jedi are actually really undergeared. You probably seen that already. My Grandmaster Yoda's obviously gear 12, which is good, and he does have a Zeta on his battle meditation. Again, Ezra's gear 12 with most of his gear 12 pieces as well, if not all of them, and he does have a Zeta on his flourish, but I've only recently done that, so it does work without it. Battle meditation is probably key. I mean, with all these Zetas, obviously the only one you really need is Bastilla Lee, but the more you add, the better it's going to be. I mean, my Bastilla's 3-star gear 10, which is obviously severely undergeared, and Hermit Yoda's gear 10 as well, but those two are the characters that just don't really need any gear on them, if anything. So I wouldn't worry too much about them because they will survive. And then obviously my Luke's gear 12, I've only got 1 Zeta on him. So it's not an overpowered team by any stretch of imagination. I haven't got 7-star characters, and I haven't got anything that's too overpowered. So the final thing I want to talk to you guys about is mods. Okay, so finally, moving on to my mods. This is my Bastilla. I haven't even got her abilities maxed, but I've got the ones that matter. She's just modded for speed. You can put potency on her, which probably does help, but my mods aren't amazing on this team, so I've just got it for speed. Hermit Yoda, speed, purely speed. I think if you actually get him to gear 11, he actually can get another gear piece of speed on, so mine's not even as fast as he could be. So again, lacking there. My Grandmaster Yoda's pitifully slow at 227, but as you can see, I've just modded him for crit chance. I literally don't care about speed in this team at all. I just want him critting and hitting those 50k hits, which he's capable of doing. Again, same with Ezra, slow, crit damage set on both of them, with crit chance. If anything, he could probably do offense. Again, my Luke's actually modded quite well, moderately fast, a bit of potency on, so you make sure he lands that special, and a bit of offense as well with crit damage sets. So that's my team, that's the video, and that's my mods. There's obviously a few different ways of running it, but I hope this video has been informative for you. Let me know if you struggle with Traya and this video has helped you, or you found another comp that beats Traya. But personally, I've found nothing else that handles it the way this team does. So I hope that it works for you and you can replicate some of this. I think most of you probably got CLS. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.